Live.
All right, welcome. Thanks so much for your patience. This is the LA School of Comedy open mic, Wednesday, August 3rd. You're here to work out. You're here to do comedy. We're here to have fun, right? Okay? I just want to say, let's give it up for our producer real quick. Ryan Benson, man. He puts up with everything and everyone, and, you know, you feel like a prisoner here, well, so does he, you know? So we're all in this together. And we're here to make each other laugh. So let's have some fun. You guys ready? Yeah, all right. I'm going to just kick off the show because I want you guys to get it started, all right? First contestant tonight. Right before we jump in, if you don't follow us already on the LA School of Comedy Instagram, please go ahead and give us a follow. Show your support. Open mics Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Also open mics if you're looking at Botslava or IanRusso.com. Also Comedy Bureau. Right, Comedy Bureau. Those are, I got mics on the west side, got mics on the east side, in Hollywood, everywhere. Also mics 5 nights a week at the Ha Ha Comedy. That's on Lincolnshire in North Hollywood. Lincolnshire, did I just say that in one breath? Gotta slow down. Okay, so anyway, you don't want to watch me, so you want to perform, so let's get started. Our first comedian.
I'll watch you.
Don't worry,
I love you.
Oh, thank you guys. This is why I came here. Together we'll support.
One joke.
Okay, fine. I was in New York last week. You guys, New York, right? That shithole in America. I know they think they're better than us in LA, and they're wrong. But I was there, and I saw even the homeless people have jobs over there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, seriously. I bumped into this guy. He's like, "Hey," I'm like, "Whoa, I'm so sorry." He's like, "I gotta get to work." I'm like, "Where do you work?" And he's like, "I'm a VP at BlackRock." And I was like, "Oh shit." Then I bumped into this other guy, and he was like, "Ah!" And I was like, "Oh shit, who is that?" They're like, "That's Rudy Giuliani." Oh, you guys are fuckers. You heard it before. I made that joke up. It's fair.
Parallel thinking.
BlackRock just went bankrupt, maybe.
No, they're gonna be fine. So anyway, let's kick off the show. You guys ready for comedy? This is what you came in for. Our first performer is a comic. He's new face to me. He's got. Yeah, it's time, Garrett. Let's get it started, man. Give a warm round of applause for Garrett.
For sure. This is crazy. What's going on, y'all? How's everybody doing? Oh, yes, claps. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna sit down. 10 minutes, correct? Okay, cool. How y'all doing? What's going on?
What's up, G?
Appreciate that. Lenny. I met Lenny earlier. Patty, what's going on? Ryan. This is my second time doing this. I'm not even gonna lie. So thank you. I appreciate the support. Thank you, G. So if it's shitty, I apologize ahead of time, but it's all good. I actually just graduated from medical school.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But don't clap for that because it's a scam. It's trash, and I owe upwards of like $250,000. Woo! Yeah, I don't have a job, so if anybody, wants to hold it down with that, I just moved here. I moved to Compton, and I was talking to somebody, and they were like, "Where you moved from?" I was like, "Texas." And they said, "Oh, your chances of getting shot just increased by 100%." And I was like, "Yeah." But also, I think just anybody who applies for the LAPD, every time the LAPD gets a new applicant, my chances of dying increase 50%. So I'm cool. Actually, no, I do actually owe upwards of $250,000. So I'm waiting for Joe Biden to pass. So he can, man. So Kamala Harris can be the first black president. Everybody knows this is happening. It's not a conspiracy. UFOs are real. The government did say that. So I'm waiting for her to do that so she can cancel all student debt. And I'm also waiting for reparations. I'm waiting for that. My sister, she know what I'm talking about back there. Respect my brother. I appreciate that.
What, 1%?
What I'm saying, thank you. You know what I'm saying?
What happened to one job, man?
Come on, fam. Also, I would like to say that medical school. My man's a gas. My man's a clown. My man's a clown. My man's a gas to me. No, so back to medical school. I also thought that it would help me get a job. I applied to a few places, a couple of dispensaries. And I was like, oh, yeah. It'd be easy to get a job, right? With a MD, medical degree. hey, can I get a job? And so I'm walking in the place, and they're like, yeah, cool, like, we got you, you know what I'm saying, get a couple interviews, and no callbacks. I went and had an interview today, actually, earlier today with a person, and they also were like, oh yeah, we'll call you back very, very soon. I texted them later, no response. I was like, all right, cool. So again, and this is not even a joke, if anybody has any work, I am truly in desperate need of work. So again, this is not a joke. This is my second time doing this, so I apologize. I moved in with my grandfather. My grandfather is 88 years old. He is an 80, yeah. Exactly, thank you, I appreciate that. He'll be 88 in October. He has diastolic heart failure, which is like really terrible. He's actually on the way out. Yeah, I know, claps. Ooh. But it's cool because I moved there to caretake for him, right? He's the oldest black man I know. I tell him that all the time. And I'm surprised he's been alive this long, given what he's been through. But it's also a weird situation because he's at the point where he kind of like, I just moved in like a month ago, so I'm getting to know his schedule. He wakes up, you know what I'm saying? He'll take his little nap at like 2, you know what I mean? He'll wake up 3, cool. Today, I left around like 2. He was sleeping. I checked. Cool, he's good. Left, you know what I'm saying? Did my thing, had the interview, that didn't work out. Came back, checking the door. Okay, he's good, you know what I'm saying? He's good. However, I just left and he was still asleep. I'm hoping when I go back that he's chilling. He actually, you laugh, but I'm being very serious. He's been talking about how he's like hella tired and like, oh man, I'm tired of life, man. Like, I live my life, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just here, there's nothing to do. I'm doing the same thing every day. I look at my books, I can play with my dogs. What am I supposed to do? And I was like, you can leave anytime you want, you know what I mean? Like, you're laughing, but I'm being serious. I feel like at a certain point of time in everybody's life where you know what I'm saying, you age out. Like literally, you age out. Being in school, I saw people, they age out. It was crazy, you know what I mean? And then like, it's death, life, death. But I told him that I think him complaining, he complains every day also, you know what I'm saying? This is the most white men I think I've been around in a long time. So if I'm sweating a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Apologies for that. And no disrespect to y'all, I know it's not y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ancestors was wildin', and it's not y'all. And so now I respect that. Irish, respect. My last name is Black. I actually did Ancestry.com. My last name is Black, which is actually Irish.
It's an Irish name.
It is an Irish name, but not in the best situation, I don't think, because it's not my name, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what my name was, you know what I mean? But maybe, like, way back, one of your cousins' last name was Black, you know what I'm saying?
Protestants.
Oh, gotcha, Protestants, respect. Abolitionists, I respect. Respect to the abolitionists, respect to that. Yeah. Yo, my man's a clown. Patty, I respect you. Yeah. Yo, man, also, what else did I do? I'm trying to think of what else is like shitty that's going on in life. I'm a vegetarian, and I've been a vegetarian for 2 years now. And the reason I became a vegetarian was because one day I woke up and I did some shrooms.
Huh.
And I had this epiphany. I was watching this movie, and it was showing this video of these like chicks, these like baby chicks, and they were being like processed through this like machine. Like, I don't know what was going on. I had never seen nothing like this before in my life. And they're putting their beaks in this like burning thing, and they're like singeing their beaks together and like dropping them in this tube and this cold metal and like pushing them into these baskets and shit. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? And I realized like this is how they like grow the chickens, and they like put them in these like little cubbies and shit. And I was like, oh man, like I remember that in kindergarten, cubbies, like I remember that. And they put animals in that, and then they grow in that, and then we eat that. And then they had like 10 grown ass chickens like in the cubby, like they like transitioned, and I was like, oh shit, I can't do that anymore. I don't want to eat that because they're like shitting on each other and peeing on each other and like hella depressed. And I was thinking, one day, what if I woke up, what if I was a chicken and I'm chilling on the farm, or like a cow and I'm chilling on the farm and I'm living my life, you know what I mean? And the farmer's like one morning like hella nice to me, like giving me flowers and like the best grass, you know what I'm saying, and like washing me and like rubbing me and shit, and like they've never done this before. I'm like, what's going on? And they doing this to all of us, like all the homies, like everybody getting rubbed up and shit, you know what I mean? And we're like, what's going on? And they take us to this truck, and we're like, oh man, we're going on like a field trip, like this is crazy, like we've never left this place. Like did not know that there was a thing that was a truck, like what is this? And they put us all in the truck, And we get on the truck, and then they drive us to this place. We don't know what's going on, but we see hella lights, and there's like gas and traffic and people blasting, you know what I'm saying, Travis Scott and everything on the side. We don't know what's going on. And we get to this place, and people are like tossing water into the car, into the truck, you know what I'm saying? And we're like, yo, what are people like tossing water into us for? And it's like protesters, and we don't know what the hell is going on. And these protesters outside talking, save the cows and shit. But we can't read, so we don't know what's going on. We don't know that we need to be saved. Get to this building, and we think it's about to be this grand thing because we're getting water, you know what I'm saying? We went to a water park. They done rubbed us down. We got massages before we left. So we thinking it's a spa day. You get to the spa, and there's a slaughterhouse, and there's like blood and shit everywhere, and like stuff on the floor, and the cow's legs are chopped off and shit. And yeah, you thought this was like the best day in the world, and you turned out to be at a slaughterhouse. And I kind of resonated with that after graduating medical school. And I realized that this is a scam, and I'm essentially in a slaughterhouse, and I needed to get out. So I came here. And I appreciate y'all's time. That wasn't necessarily the best set. And I appreciate my boy laughing essentially, you know what I'm saying, the whole time, gassing me up. I appreciate that, and I appreciate y'all's time. Thank you, yo.
All right, let's get up for Garrett. Yeah. You have an Instagram?
I do. El Negro. And yes, it's really that.
Get this man a salad and a job, okay? That's what we gotta do for our American. Also,
What's his Instagram? I legit need a job.
Start applying for management jobs. You got a medical degree. Go to
After, I'm not trying to ruin nobody's time.
Yeah.
Take the time. Afterwards, please. I'm legit. Yeah, thank you.
you lost me at vegetarian because my ex was a vegan, but then you got me back at slaughterhouse,
Yeah,
and I was
thank
like,
you.
that's where I'm excited again, you know, because I was like, oh, what is he gonna see that's gonna ruin his spa day, you know, and murder, which totally can ruin your afternoon, right?
Just a bit.
Anyway, let's give it up for him. Let's give it up for Garrett, man. That was honest. Sometimes it's great to come and just work out the truth. And that's where you find the good stuff. So how long you been doing this? You been doing this long?
That was my second time.
Second time.
Yeah.
All right. Give it up for yourself, man. Supportive Mike, we want to come back, you know?
I will. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. We're going to keep it going. That was fun. This next performer apparently was here when our producer first joined for the very first time. Also, he's been looking at our clips, so if you repeat material, beware, okay? I'm kidding. I want you to give a warm hand of applause for the very funny Lenny.
Good to be here. Good to be back. Garrett could deadass get you a job if you need, but it's minimum wage.
Oh, blessed. Whatever, G. Sweeping for like whatever, fam.
I got you. Don't worry. After the show, we'll talk about it.
Please, bless.
I will start my shit, but I want to say a little more stuff before we do so. Before we started this show, people were saying that, you can't really joke about school shootings and stuff. I wrote this shit a few years ago, man. I was 16 then, so you can't be too mad at me for writing this shit. But, this is without a doubt the darkest joke I've ever fucking written. So I hope you're ready for this shit. How do SPED teachers know when there's been a shooting? When the kids stop screaming. SPED kids stream a lot? They're retarded?
Oh, is that? Say it again, because I didn't understand the setup.
Oh, sorry.
Do it again.
How do SPED teachers know when there's been a shooting?
Who?
Special ed.
Special ed.
Special ed.
Oh.
You fucking shit.
I'm trying to help you, bro.
I love you, but I need you fuckers to follow me, alright? How do special ed teachers know when there's been a shooting? When the kids stop screaming. It's a bit of a shit joke.
Fucked up.
Alright?
That is fucked up.
It ain't gonna get too much better. Shit. Good to be here. Good to be back. It's my second time here. I was just in Alabama recently. So it's real fucking good to be back. I went there with my best friend. We just graduated high school together, so we figured it would do us some good to see more of the world. What we didn't know is more of the world didn't want to see us. My best friend is black, so there were a lot of parts of Alabama that he didn't really want to see. We're driving around for 2 days and there's nothing but white faces and Confederate flags. So, shit, after a while we start wondering, like, man, where's all the white people? I mean, where's all the black people? black people at, man. And we eventually found out that all the black people live in this one part of town called, what was it called? It was called, the prison.
Hey!
Anyways, never going back to Alabama. Fuck those racist bunch of cunts. I'm glad they made it back here. My black best friend alive. I mean, technically speaking, he's Blasian. He's half black, half Asian. So growing up, we used to call him black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, we graduated high school together. High school was alright, it wasn't really for me. I just didn't like how much the teachers would be, lying to you. They tell you that, once you get out of high school, either you go to college or you make minimum wage for the rest of your life. Like, bitch, you're a teacher, okay? You did both. High school, I met this other kid named Room. It's a weird name, it was an even weirder fucking kid. He told me that when he turned 18, he's gonna get a tattoo on his right arm that said Dad, and a tattoo on his left arm that said Mom. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be fucking weird when you jack off. But me, Room, and my Blasian friend, man, we had some good fucking times together. Like, we had all sorts of philosophical conversations, like when the lesbians know when to stop fucking, and why old white ladies dress like hoes. But I remember one time I was driving those motherfuckers home, and both those fuckers are higher than fucking trans suicide rates. And one turned to the other, it was like, kid, if you was dating this chick and you found out she had a dick, could you still go out with her? The other one said, bro, depends. How big is it? Shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. After high school, I started applying for a bunch of jobs and finally got one. First thing they had us do was watch a bunch of training videos. First one was on sexual harassment. I was like, look, I already know how to sexually harass. I fucked up the delivery, but it was a fucking solid joke. I started applying for a bunch of colleges. Keep getting rejected. Got rejected from a women's college. Fucking emailed me back saying, well, you can't join, you're a guy and your score is too low anyways. I was like, oh, if my score was low, then how'd you know I was a guy? Shit, I don't know how to write shit that's not dark, right? I'm sorry, so what the fuck I do. Shit. Used to have a girlfriend till I saw her having sex with another man.
Ooh.
After that, I knew I could never forgive her. I knew we could never be together again. And no, I don't care that it was unconsensual.
Oh my god. Damn. That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
fucked
not-
up. That's actually really fucked up.
I tell a lot of dark jokes, but I'm actually a really good person.
You should not tell that joke. That's fucked
Hey,
up.
man.
Duly noted. But yeah, I tell a lot of dark
No,
jokes.
tell it again. It's gonna turn into something better.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that
Keep
shit.
telling it.
Yeah, save it for later. Thank you though, Miss V. I tell a lot of dark jokes, but I'm actually a really good person. Like I once gave my most prized possession to a homeless man. My child. Shit. I tell a lot of sexist jokes too. People accuse me of being a sexist. Couldn't be further from the truth. Fucking most of my life, half my friends or more have been female. I was hanging out with a female friend the other day, and she asked me to run errands for her, and I dutifully did so as her friend. I was just hanging out and shit. I was like, oh shit, I gotta run some errands. And she's like, oh, could you bring me out some condoms? I was like, alright. Any preferences? She's like, nah, let's get whatever. So I'm like, alright. Drove to the store, ran my errands, bought some condoms, drove back, gave her the condoms. She's like, what the fuck is this? I was like, what? What do you mean? You said just get whatever. She's like, Lenny, I don't have a penis. So these got this fucker going, but like, shit. I hang around so many females, fucking cop accused me of being a pimp. He walked right up to me, he's like, sir, what are you doing with this prostitute? I like prostitute. Bitch, that's my grandma. There's a white lady dressed like hoes. Shit, is that 10 minutes? I fuck this shit. Still gotta time myself. I got 3 more minutes. Fucking perfect. In high school, my house burned down. My bad. Nah, this is a fucking sad story, man. Like, I was cooking eggs one day, was late for school, left early, you know, forgot to turn the stove off. You know, I get in my car, start my car, I start smelling smoke. So I'm like, oh shit, you know, why the fuck would smoke be coming from my car? I get in my car, my fucking house is on fire. My family runs out the front door, nobody got hurt. But I still beat myself over, man, each and every day. Just wish I'd remembered, you know? Just wish I remembered to lock the front door. Shit. 2 minutes? Fuck. I would fuck this shit up. I love coronavirus. Like, I know it has its downsides, but, you know, you gotta keep in mind I just started driving. When I just started driving, I was just terrified that I was gonna get in an accident. I mean, shit, I've been in 3 already, but fuck, I just be driving down the roads. I'd see all these old ladies with white hair. It's a petrifying experience. Then COVID hit. Never felt safe for driving. I'm working customer service too. And if you've ever worked in customer service, you know that it's not bad. The only bad part of the job is customer complaints. And the only people who complain are either really old or really fat. So I'm not saying I support COVID, but it's been making my life easier. I don't know if you've seen the price of an apartment nowadays, but COVID is a college student's best friend, man. Fuck. I know it has its downsides, but it has its upsides too. We gotta be more appreciative. This pandemic was crazy though. Like, I remember the first time this shit broke out. I don't watch the news or anything, so I didn't even know what was going on. I just remember I went to the mall first time and just not a soul. Lots of gingers though. See, Ryan appreciated that. Shit. This pandemic's changed a lot. It's made it the first time in my life I'm uncomfortable around black people. Not because they're unvaccinated, just if both of us were wearing a mask, one of us says the N-word, how the fucking passerby is supposed to know who said it? I thought that one was shit, but I had to fucking make up time.
That's good.
Nah, it needs some fucking work for sure.
That was good.
So is everything done?
You just need to pause like you did on your other stuff.
Yeah, I need to stop
It was timing.
tripping over my words too.
No, everything else you do a certain rhythm, and you didn't
Right.
do it on that.
Got it. Thank you, Ms. V. We good?
He made it!
Let's do that.
My second time doing comedy.
Oh,
I gotta come back with some better shit. Thank you very much. Good night.
Yeah, give it up for Lenny, guys. Thinks COVID deserves a second chance, right? Don't we all? Not COVID.
What's your Instagram?
What's your dog one?
You don't have you don't own one?
Do you do Twitter?
I'm working on that shit.
Okay, yeah. Take your time.
Alright.
The family's not the best. Kind of ran away. Don't want them.
Oh, how?
finding out
It's
about me.
inappropriate to ask how old you are, but you seem like you're youngish. Yeah, you're a kid. You know what I mean?
Is
And
Lenny your real name?
ran away.
Fuck no.
I thought.
Hey man, respect. Listen, this is a safe space, and this is where you work out, and there's some good stuff in there, man.
Yes.
Dark comedy is it's a genre. You know what I mean? It's very popular. Seriously, no, Anthony Jeselnik. You guys know Anthony
My
Jeselnik?
influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably tell.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, and you know, keep that straight face. You can scare them and make them laugh at the same time. You know.
Yeah, I know I look like a school shooter.
I didn't say that, but you did open with the school shooter joke, and you know what?
First one.
It was funny. It was funny. I don't know if I even introduced myself. I'm Andre.
Hey, Andre.
Good to see you guys. It's been pretty fun, right? We're getting started. All right. You know, the funny thing is, my name is. I even said my own name. My name is Andre, like the French with the ensemble aigu. But most people, the white people, and everyone else in my life can't say my name. I'm sure a lot of us have felt like that. People can't say our names. They say, "Oh, your name is Andre," right? Like there's an off-dre or something. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like no, it's more importantly, it's just I realized that if you don't want to learn someone's name, don't say it. You know what I mean? If people try to say my last name, they'll be like Abrahamanians, Abraham. I've heard someone actually go Hominians. It's only one ham in there, and it's like, are we at the DMV? Like, what is going on? All right, that bit sucked. Whatever. We're gonna keep it going. You guys want more comedy? Let's keep it going for more comedy. This next performer, he's brought his Daisy Dukes and his jokes, and give it up for this gentleman over here. David! Yeah, sorry. Those are not David Dukes. Daisy Dukes. They're not David Dukes either. Jesus Christ, Freudian slip over here.
These are the Daisy Dukes.
What are you thinking?
Not at all, David. Sorry.
And it's pronounced David.
Oh, my apologies.
I'm fucking with you. Let me try some stuff here. Probably old.
Yeah.
Go some old guy that's always complaining about technology today and shit because they can't figure things out and always reminiscing about the good old days, when things were simple, And listen, I know the guy's annoying as fuck, but here's how to handle him. With compassion and understanding, because I'm that guy. See, I don't get along with technology. I just don't. For example, when it comes down to texting, my thumbs hit every button but the ones I'm supposed to hit. And when I dictate a text, because I got this thick, tough-sounding Brooklyn accent, sometimes it changes a word or two. There's something that sounds similar, but got a completely different meaning. Like last Valentine's Day, I text my wife, "Happy Valentine's Day, love. I'm under your spell, you witch. LOL." I threw the LOL in there to show, I'm a lovable goofball. I don't really think she's a witch. But despite clearly saying, "You witch," LOL, it comes out, "Happy Valentine's Day, love. Hey, get my money by Tuesday or I'll break your fucking kneecaps." LOL. Okay. I only recently started shopping online. I was always scared that my personal information was going to be stolen. So my wife said, "Hey, listen, you're being paranoid. Don't be ridiculous. Millions of people shop online every day, nothing happens. So fine. The first thing I go on buy online, a flat screen TV. But as soon as I go on the website, this thing pops up on the screen. To enhance your experience, this website uses cookies. Click here to accept cookies." I have a fucking heart attack. Call the wife over because I'm paranoid? Can explain me this. How the fuck do they know I love cookies? Seriously. I told you I'm fucking around here. And now that I'm online, I'm constantly getting all of these emails from companies, sending me, trying to sell me shit, okay? And for each one of them, to stop it, I got to spend a half a day with a microscope searching for the unsubscribe button. Is it even possible to make that thing any smaller? And then once you find it, you got to make it bigger to work, by performing Kama Sutra foreplay on my phone. Let me tell you something. Back in the 60s, cars were easier to maintain. Like, for example, if you had to jump start your car, you open up the hood, bam, there's the battery. Right in the front. It's like the teacher's pet of car parts, right? And it was simple. You took the black clamp, you put it on the black terminal, the red clamp on the red terminal, and it started. Even if you were colorblind or a little titched in the head and you got that wrong, because the batteries are only filled with water, the worst that happened, you got a little fireworks display, over the battery, some sparks, no biggie. Now, today, let me ask you something. Anybody here in the last 20 years opened up the hood of their car and actually found the battery? It's hidden like a wall safe. And you got to be careful jump starting the car because the batteries today, they're made with compressed sulfuric acid, not water. Even the warning on the battery says, fuck this up, and you can see the mushroom cloud on Google Earth. Sorry for the intermissions. Oh, yeah. Oh, and also, what is the center console that's built into the dashboard gotta look like it belongs on the space shuttle? I mean, seriously, I can't figure that thing out. How they don't use words, only symbols. I'm supposed to figure out that that button with the little picture of a gear on it changes the settings. It's 105 degrees out. I still got the heater on. And I'm also, I think, the only person that I know of who actually looks forward to standard time. You know, when it gets dark early, because it's also the only time of the year my clock's right. 2, 3, 4. I don't care for, let's see, I don't care for spell check. You know, I'm tired of that red line under every word, that squiggly red line that basically tells me, hey, I'm a moron. You know, did you ever spell a word so bad? Spell check got no idea what it is, right? It asks to buy a vowel. It's a real simple solution to that. I mean, basically, I have to read the solution. Basically, the solution to that is just do what I do. You try and correct the word, but after the 6th time, if you can't think of a different word to use, just press add to dictionary. Now it's a word. It's my fault that my English sucks. I was a terrible student in school, always cutting classes. In high school, I got suspended a week for chronic absences. Do you realize what that is? That meant I couldn't go to school as punishment for not going to school. What can't others see the logic in that? Like jury duty. My fantasy is I'm before the judge and he's screaming at me, Schneider, you missed 4 years of jury duty. You know what? To teach you a lesson? No, you can't come. All right, I'm cutting it short. Thanks so much, guys.
I too hate technology. It's a waste of time and it makes me feel stupid. Yes, that being said, how we all feeling? Yeah, all right. We're still here. Right. Thank you for making it back, Leo. We were about to send a search party for you, actually. I was a bit worried about you. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You guys, let's give it up for our producer right now. Ryan is going to come up and give us some time. He's ready to put in the clock. You know, he's going to London. He's a very talented guy. He's a USC student, so he's going to charm us and bring us his truth. And you won't see him around, so enjoy him while you still have him. All right, come on up here, man. I'll get out of here.
I didn't want to go up. I just wanted to say, do not come in during people's sets. You didn't hear, but just you managed to did 2 strikes so far.
For real.
You got the coming in during people and the phone going off.
Yeah,
So you're on the fine line. Don't need to go too hard on them, Pete. That's my job up here. Okay, my name's Ryan. As you know, I kind of run the shit around here. Don't get paid that much for it, you know, unpaid intern stuff. Go to college, University Spoiled Children. It's a life, being a theater student. I kind of know I won't have a job afterward, so that's why I got a minor in musical theater as well. So, you know, I want to sing and dance my way through life. But it's like, you know, you got options. I'm like, if everything doesn't go out, I'll just join the military. You know, it's not that hard. But if that doesn't work out, I'll just go to porn. So it's like, you know, keep the artist stuff there. It's like, I got the dedication, but it's, you don't want to go too, you know, there's so many porn stars out there, OnlyFans people, everyone has it, everyone these days. So it's like, you don't want, there's no passion they bring to it. So if I ever do it, I want to make sure they know that I'm an artist. I'm a sex artist. That's what I would like to call myself. I'd like to put that on my resume, make sure everyone knows that I don't just have sex, but I make love to everyone. Whenever I'm skull fucking someone, I want them to know that that's me fighting against a man. So just know that if you ever see me there, just know that I got my heart in it. I got my heart in it, not just my dick, but my heart's all the way in it. Okay, I got something for you. What do you call a firefighter with Down syndrome?
What?
Flame retardant. What do you call a doctor with Down syndrome?
What?
Impressive. You know, like I just got that far through education. You know, I'd say, you know, firefighter, it's not that hard. I know a lot of people that are firefighters. It's a good option if you want to feel burly and, you know, you don't have the work ethic for military. So they just throw you in there. But doctor, good shit, man. What kind of doctor?
I haven't done the residency yet.
Oh, so you get to pick. You got a thing that you kind of like, a little body part you're a fan of.
Kids? I don't know if that.
You got your kids, man. Okay, you like the body parts of kids. Yeah, I what are they called? Podiatrists? What are they? Pediatrics? Yeah. Till I was like 8, till like 19 years old, I was still going to like my podiatrist. And it was pretty interesting.
Pediatrician.
Podiatrist, the foot man. So you don't got the foot fetish, you got the children fetish.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes,
So yeah, it's okay. It's all right. I don't judge you. There are a lot of people out there that are probably just doing it for that, you know. But it's like, yeah. So it's like I would see whatever you call them. I would see her for Dr. Chen. She's a good doctor. If you're ever in the North Shore of Illinois, check her out. I can give you her phone number if you ever need her. She might help you out too. But yeah, so yeah, since I was like 12 years old, since I moved to Illinois, I was always seeing her. So she's seen my dick grow. So it's a bit interesting to have someone who's just kind of like always watched it. But it's good. She was a nice woman. I trusted her with my dick more than most women I'm with. But it's like now they go to like the new doctors I get. They're all old men that I don't like them. It's just like when their hands are rough. I don't like it on my balls. So I kind of like you. I like women doctors more. It's nothing to do with that. They just got it's like more the hands. If I don't, it's like it just doesn't feel right. But that's like I don't know. That's just me. I think something that I've kind of noticed once Pride was happening. You know, they all these companies, the capitalism mindset. Same thing with like they did with Christmas. This is like Christmas 2.0. They branded all rainbow. They kind of do that, but they're not like doing it. They're not like thinking it out through. They just throw it on whatever stuff. Lay's chips. I saw Axe body spray with rainbow queer. So I'm glad they're really finally supporting people. They got so now anyone can equally smell like that. So it's good. But I'm thinking that there's a lot of opportunity that they've missed. For instance, Rogaine. You know, a lot of people here have tried it. Didn't work. It seems like. But I use it. You know, 21 years old. I definitely got bad genetics from my dad on that end. But you can't tell so far. But I like in the hair when I go to any time in the shower, it feels like there's a woman that showers there because it's the same. I get so much hair coming out, but it's a struggle. So taking all them drugs, I don't know what the side effects are, but you know, care about it. I want to have hair. I don't want to look bald.
Who's bald?
Yeah. But yeah, like with Rogaine, it's. What are you talking about? I don't know. Is there anyone here bald? But yeah, it's they could easily have an opportunity with Rogaine. Right now, when you go into like CVS or wherever you get your hair products or whatever, it's like blue and white. That's kind of it. Very simple, manly, and then like they'll do the women Rogaine because you know they don't want to wear wigs anymore too. I guess they'll be a little bit pink, but that's it. It's very binary, you might say. They could easily just rebrand it for queer because you know queer people lose hair too. For all the trans masks, they're on testosterone, and the amount of hair they'll lose is crazy. You notice that when you're fucking them. But it's like when both your hairs are coming out, and it's like when they have a vagina, you get confused. It's it's just sorry. I'm just getting lost in my head from my experiences here. But I already thought of the way that they could rebrand it. I just call it Rogaine. It's a very easy one to go for because they're just a rainbow. You know, rainbow it up, and you could even like if you're really fancy, have it be like rainbow dye too. If you're really going for that, the queer market, go for that. But once they set it up, I think we'd have a lot of queers with great hair, and I think that's the main type of thing they're going for. They don't need rights yet. It's about the hair, because you know hair is how they get respect. So you lose hair, it's a bit harder, but you got the beard, so it's like you just put it somewhere else. So I don't know, but the rest of your body's probably hairy too. So you can do hair. I'll probably do hair replacement soon. You know, whenever it all goes. But it's a life, it's a living. Let's see, I want to talk about, let's try this one. So I got this star on my head. You see it? It's cool. Does it stand out? It's for a pimple, that kind of shit. It's like you want to show off and like have a decoration and stuff, and it just kind of like apparently dissolves. It stops you from touching it, so that's the big thing for me. But like they're called whiteheads, blackheads, and I don't know. I feel like there's I'm not going race here. I'm not going race. That's too easy. But I'm thinking that they could easily just rebrand one, just like they're redhead. It's like a lot of them are red, and those are the ones that hurt the most. They don't call it that. They just say whitehead. It doesn't look white. It looks red.
Right, it's red.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that they could easily just go for that, and like, you know, right when you like everything's all great in your day, and then right when you see a redhead, you got to get pissed. So it's kind of like how it is when I walk into most rooms. So you know, it's like literally the same, and you are focusing on that specific redhead until it goes away or you kill it. So that's what I've noticed with this one. So you just cover them up, put a mask on it like this, a star. You know, that's what they do with Jewish people. It works. You know, working that one out. That was a good one for me. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of talking about this before. I do gigs and like acting gigs and shit. Easy. I avoid the porn ones, but I've seen a few of them on there because I'm not ready yet. I'm not going to give my way stuff with that yet. That easy. I did pull my pants down though for a thing a couple of days ago, but it was okay.
A thing?
It was, you know, it was a thing. None of your business. But I got ramen then dropped on me too, so it's a whole ordeal. When you're an actor, every time you do new things that you didn't think you would ever do on camera. But then that's, I guess, porn. But it's all kind of like, it's just softcore porn. Because I bet someone's definitely masturbated to me. I can guarantee it. I probably wouldn't appreciate it because I wouldn't be attracted to them. But, you know, it makes you feel better. Any you know, you get your way. Because it's like dating apps, they can, you know, everyone here has either experienced them or got off them because they got sad from it. But me, you know, I go off and on it. You can tell a lot about the person, which ones they're on. There's so many out there, specific and stuff. But I've kind of settled on two right now: Hinge and Grindr. It's it's a very bit different and stuff. I kind of like, I'm searching for the one, but I also want to get my dick sucked by a guy. It's a hard contrast, but you know, if you knew me, you'd understand. But there's a lot of guys on there that are very disgusting. You get the bottom of the barrel a lot of the times because, you know, most like successful gays, you know, alpha gays you might call them, they don't need Grindr. They can use any normal dating apps, or they're in the clubs getting by because, you know, they're hot. They're gonna have sex. It's pretty simple. But there's a lot of like people that are just ugly. I don't know how to put it. It's pretty sad. But then they have the confidence of like just someone who just is an alpha gay, and then just be like, hey, you want to have your dick sucked? And I'm like, I don't, because you're ugly. And then they get really, like, they compliment you like crazy, but they're just so insecure that they'll immediately turn on you and they'll like call you a faggot. And I'm like, what? You're the one who wanted to suck my dick. But it's okay. So it's like a lot of them have really small egos. But I mean, what are they expecting? They just kind of like, it's a numbers game. You send out a ton of that asking for like to suck their dicks, you'll eventually get some bites. It's like fishing, you know. You might not get the best fish, but you get something if you just keep throwing your bait out there. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, I'm leaving soon. It's gonna be a shame when I go. I know everyone here loves me, and if you don't, you see me enough that you're gonna just get used to it. But I'll be in London, checking out the London shit. It'll be cool. Different stuff than this. LA's been weird, but it's fun. I've gotten used to like putting on that face when you're walking by, you know, like South Central. You can't just be like happy. You're an easy target. You're immediately. You got to put on when you're walking by. Just look angry. It works well. You won't get robbed. I know people that have been robbed outside the dispensaries, but they're mostly from other countries. Most people don't understand that. Like, it's LA. You see the Hollywood. No, you've just seen the photos. It's more dirtier, and you'll see a lot of human shit on the ground. So you want to be careful, but I know people, they get robbed outside of dispensaries and stuff, some Indian kids. They didn't take the money, they just took the weed, so that really shows you how it is in LA here. I mean, a lot of homeless, they're like pigeons. You throw weed on the ground and they'll just start coming. But it's been like the experience with the homeless, you know, some are good, but most of the times, like now they would like throw them in loony bins and shit, but they don't, they just let them go out there. So it's like good entertainment while you're like driving by. You just stop, you just stare at them for a bit. There's a guy who wears like a pizza top on his head, you know? Things you get those. He's like figured it all out. He doesn't need, he's like already been like sun bleached from years of it, but he looks cool. I think he's got a good fashion choice for just like finding things on the street. But another cool thing I've seen like a homeless guy getting his dick sucked. So like, I mean, I'm glad they're still getting it out there. I think that's a good part. I think sex work or any sex like type of thing is like one of the most important things for everyone. I think it would cut down on school shootings. It's all a lot of incels. They're just lonely. They just want to go kill whoever just didn't want to fuck them, and then all the people that are getting sex. That's kind of the most thing, I think. So the whole way to fix that, just, you know, get them a prosty, you know, fix them up. That's it would definitely solve a lot of things, because like OnlyFans, I don't know, that's just like feeding into it because they don't get it, and it makes them think that they're special, but then eventually they'll realize they're not special because they're ugly. But you know, it's the intimacy that would fix it, because you know, no one, if they're ugly, no one wants to touch them, but for money they would. So yeah, it's pretty common. You'll see a lot of they call it for gen on like Grindr and stuff, that's the way they like make it so it looks like they're not hookers, you know, it's a little bit more classy, and those are like for gentlemen to make it easy. But they're always asking for money now, and it's kind of like they'll like not lead with it, and they'll be like, hey, can you send me gas money? I'm like, no, I need that too. I don't really understand. Like, if you could hook me up on this, I'd be good. So it's like, I don't know, I guess some people are lonely and will do it. I know that I'm at a spot where I don't need to. I mean, like, if I really wanted to get something, I could. I just kind of like, you know, it's so hard to like, you gotta drive to them, pay for dinner. I'd rather that be for me. So that's why I usually go for cougars and MILFs and stuff. You know, they're usually at a desperation enough where they'll just kind of like, any kind of dick that doesn't look like it's wrinkly, they'll kind of go for. So that's helped me in life. Debbie was my first MILF. She was something, you know. Most of them, like the few I've been with, they're like, actually I'm 53 or something. Like they'll like only fake like 3 years off of it. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But you learn a lot about yourself, and you learn that you just like, you don't care. It's more like I think it's desperation. I've done being a young boy in LA, going from just like being lonely in high school and just like only being around the people that like all the girls they want to fuck older and stuff. And I'm a theater kid and something, just depressed, smoking weed. So I'm just kind of like in my own head. Once you come out here, LA, you're alone, like out, you can just find a ton of people to fuck. But most of them are ugly. Most of them don't want to fuck you. But you start, like, the more I'm out here, the more I realize how a lot of guys want to fuck me. So, it's, I don't know, you know, it's good. It's like sometimes you just want a nice warm hole, you know? Doesn't matter what's attached to it. Gender's a myth, you know? Keep up with everything. It's 2022. So, just acknowledge that it's a nice hole. It's okay. You get your nut off, and then you're like, okay, maybe it wasn't the best idea, but then you just, you know, that's why it's like, you know, porn's nice so that you can get out of your head. So it's like you might be talking to someone, and you're like, you know, like you're definitely talking just to have sex, and then what after you nut, you're like, okay, now I'm just gonna block them. That happens a lot for guys. I don't know. You guys relate? You know, the post nut clarity is pretty intense. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Yeah, if you want any of your clips from this, DM the Instagram LA School Comedy, and I will send it to you for a little slight fee. Gotta eat somehow. So I don't, you know. So hit me up while I'm here. If you want to hang out, let me know. Ryan Benson, I'm glad I was able to talk, and you know, I don't look at notes before this, so I'm glad I'm able to do so.
Baby, love it.
Do it for Ryan, man. He's a young man. Young man finding himself. He will suck a dick, he says, allegedly. Maybe not. But you know what? To be desired, I think that is something we all relate with, you know? Yeah. That's deep, you know? That's real.
Speak the truth.
Yeah. I mean, my girlfriend and me, we broke up for religious reasons, you know? She was like, I was Orthodox, and she was a godless whore. And, you know, she was a vegan, and she was gluten-free, and it's nothing against, you know, you, Garrett, but she would never press her beliefs onto me, but she asked me why I believed in religion. I said, we believe in things we don't believe. We believe in all types of ridiculous shit, don't we? Right? We believe in, like, love, first off. We believe that Timothy Chalamet won't have a receding hairline, but he will, you know? And, you know, she was like, well, you know, look at the life of a shrimp. Life of a shrimp is so short. And they live, I was like, well, it's 1 to 6 years, but no, we're not counting here. But she's like, oh, you know, it's not that, you know, tell me why you believe, why you have faith. And I said, when I was 16, I totaled my dad's car, okay? And I came out without a scratch. It was the size of, smaller than this stage. I came out without a scratch. when I was 17, a piano fell on top of me, and I came out also without a scratch, with nothing but a broken elbow. I was lucky to be alive. 1,000-pound piano. And then when I turned 18, I lost my virginity. So yes, I have faith, okay? She didn't understand that. And I said, I feel like I'm the luckiest guy in the world. And she said, well, you're not that lucky because I'm breaking up with you. I know. That was the best thing that's ever happened to me. So, you guys ready for some more comedy? Let's keep it going, all right? I want to bring on this next comic. She's very funny. She's going to give us her style of comedy, her name, and you won't forget it. V.
Thank you very much, Ryan. I mean, for helping me on my new opening. And I don't remember what you said to tell everybody how to relate. Okay, never mind. It's been such a long time. I've been dreaming of finding someone who actually performs womb massages. Do you guys know anyone? Is there an official website for womb massages?
Like for a womb?
Anyway, I guess I'll just have to pick somebody up like the old-fashioned way. But contrary to popular belief, I've never picked anybody up. I'm not random. So pray for me, since there's no online womb massages. I really need a womb massage. Doesn't have to be in this womb. Okay. Okay, you guys, I'm V. Everybody say, hey, V.
Hey, V.
Hey, you guys. So I love ironing. Any ironers in the house?
Hell yeah.
That's so unbelievable. White people who iron. Oh my God. It's not the norm. It really isn't. Most white men in power are crumpled, wrinkled, or, and being a black woman going with all of the degradation from white males for centuries, I feel very superior when I iron my dress in the morning. I'm like, I'm better than those motherfuckers. Spritz, spritz, steam. Yeah. Bet they don't iron. It's a black thing, really. It really is. Because we were raised, I grew up in the 60s. We were raised, you have to be better. You have to look better. You have to speak better. Or else, you have nothing, You couldn't come average. You couldn't, where the Caucasian race gets to be average. We couldn't. So, looking good was our thing. And because of that, we raise our children when they're in the crib. They play with little plastic toy items. We make sure we raise them upright. When I got to college, I was a cheerleader at practice. And do you know the white girls ran up to me, you ironed your t-shirt? And I looked at them, I'm like, well, didn't. Oh, no, the fuck you didn't. Did I drop the bun? I thought the bun came off. It was the earring. Yay. You could lose the earring, but this bun, you guys would all be going, okay, never mind. That's when I really learned in college. And so, I grew and continued to see things in life. And I've noticed, any Latinos in the house?
Yeah.
You guys know irons.
Yeah.
Oh, for real. I have never seen a wrinkled Mexican. In fact, I've never seen a wrinkled homeless Mexican. There's so much pride in that culture, I don't know. They fall asleep homeless. They're like, but when I wake up, My clothes are, you know, because they gotta be sharp and crisp and ready to play. It's something. I think they have homeless polyester. I think that's what works for them. I think that's what it is. I do. Yeah. The black homeless, they're a little messy. They're all entertainers. It's like I can't make it. I'll just do drugs all day and entertain everybody I see. The white homeless, they look the worst. They're just filthy dirty because they don't want people to know they're white. I figure they're like, I had all that privilege. I don't want my relatives knowing. I fucked it all off. But, you know, to hang out with them dancing Negroes. Oh, Lord. I almost said niggas, but it couldn't come from his mouth. I was about to give somebody a pass. I don't do that. I know the younger generations of blacks allow their friends to say that. And every time I see them, you know, I pop them in the mouth. The black dude and the white dude. And I give them my card just in case they need another pop later. Yeah, but yeah, I ironed and I love it. So my arch nemesis, as you can imagine, is the seatbelt. Because after I iron my white linen dress with the spritz, flip it over, spritz, for about 35 minutes and get in the car, ooh, I'm pissed because I buckle that seatbelt, but I try to fix it. So I pull this part off because there'd be a wrinkle there and creases down there. And I drive with it like that, and I pull this, and then all of a sudden in traffic, it's back, and I know I'm so pissed, and I get out the car looking like a white boy. How dare me? Despicable. Could be Freudian. You never know. Never know. So you guys know I'm a woman of a certain age, and you know to never call me a cougar because I date men of all ages.
Yeah.
I recently got tested on the higher end. This dude hit on me, had an English accent. Love me some accents. And he said, "What's your name?" And I said, V. He said, "Huh?" I said, V. He said, "What'd you say?" He said, V. I said, V. And he said, "One more time." And I'm like, fuck, I'm being challenged here. And then I was like, I date men of all ages, not men of all ailings. You know, I can't date everybody. I can't. I give everybody my number, but that doesn't mean everybody's going to take me out. So, yeah, I had that experience. And with younger guys, man, some of them are so porn addicted, by the time they see a real vajayjay, they're like, it didn't look like that in the video. It's rough schooling them. It is. This one guy was just too ridiculous. He liked me so much that I had to really make him look at it. He didn't call me back. Yeah. It's like, you know, they can do all of that stuff, but actually looking at it is looking, you know, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, guys, clap it up if you watch a movie at home by yourself, and clap it up if you do not. If you do, you see the survey? I believe my results are conclusive. Everywhere I go, this is the survey. And some women don't know about this. Other women are aware. Usually older women who, you know about their husbands and all. You know, they navigate their lives around their husband's jerk time. And it's okay if they just have one a day, but when you got them 3 a day, niggas, oh Lord, you just might as well, get somebody else. I mean, what's the value? If they're paying for your bills, I guess maybe, who knows? But if your man is addicted to porn, does that make you his side piece? I think so. Not the side piece to the man, side piece to the hand. Yes, educating the people here today, your girl B. Follow me at BBB Comedy.
All right, let's give it up for me. Oh yeah.
Oh, the earring. It's not the bun.
That.
The bun was more important.
Let's get up for V, guys. Man, she was speaking that truth, and I mean, you were saying a guy who does it 3 times a day. That's some kid stuff, all right, God, you fellas know what I'm talking about. Sometimes born on that hungover Sunday, that's rough, right? That is bad.
I heard Tom Segura say he did it 3 times a day.
Oh, he's a boy. Yeah. No, here, men, you go till you can't go. Till you run out of tissues. Anyway, this is a joke I wrote. Anyway, sorry, V, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
Let's get up for V, guys. Let's say, talking to women, I got this, I got back on Bumble since I broke up with that wonderful vegan, and the dating, just everything has changed online, right, guys? It is completely different. You guys on there? You guys on Bumble, Hinge, the apps, right? Yeah, Ryan knows all about that. I'm shocked because I put in, I'm 31, I'm not ashamed to say it. I put in, I was trying to be respectful, trying to go 25 to 31, maybe 25 to 38. I'm not a judge. And then I realized that I was not getting picked for gym class anymore, And I was like, am I old, Has it happened? Or is this the whole social media game you gotta have? If I had 20,000 followers and I just posted ab pics, I think I would be doing all right. You know what I mean? But the world has changed. I swear to God, this girl I did match with her. It's a real thing. She was like, WeHo, Bev Hill only. And I was like, oh, this is let's train wreck. Let's keep going. And so I went in, she's like, looking for my bro bestie. And, and she's like, someone to hang with, take care of me, sapiosexual. And then I heard this term, no, it's hypermagi. It's this word that means
Hypergamous?
Yeah, it's some word that means that a woman is looking for the most alpha, successful. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, aren't we all looking for the best? I'm not trying to settle. Maybe I am, but anyway, she spelled puppy, and that's when I was like, I think I'm gonna unmatch her, even though I'm so desperate. But anyway, we're gonna keep a comedy going. Let's keep it going. For a good friend of mine, he's a very funny guy. Come here and give us some time for one and only Stu, baby. Let's go. Come on, let's keep it going. Coming in for the high fives and the handshakes, Mr. President. Hey. Just gonna speak from the heart tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. Thanks for warming up the room, V. I appreciate that. Let's deal with the whale in the room. Where were you? I know it hasn't been long enough. No one wanted to mention it.
Call.
Where were you?
That was a restroom phone call.
Yeah, right, dude. Let's be honest, you were either taking a huge shit, or you were reciting material, or you were doing heroin. Or two of them. But if you were doing heroin, you definitely weren't taking a shit. For all of our heroin users over there. I don't know. When I was sitting there, I was because I've been doing Donald Trump's voice. Never mind. I'm just gonna pass that. I was just thinking about the Asians, talking about Asian people. The Asian people ruining everybody's sets. It's absolutely. Just say what the fuck you want to say, Donald.
That's good.
It's been back in the news lately.
Sometimes I do that just alone, and I'm dead serious. So on a more serious note, people do comedy to they get stuff off their chest, and something that's been bugging me lately. One of our good friends. I have a girlfriend, and one of her good friends. We become good friends. I'm good friends with her friend's husband. We're a couple of friends. And we've gotten close with them, and they got pregnant. They told us first. We were like the first ones to figure it out. And it's been about 3 months, and they came down with some bad news. They're gonna have like the baby was gonna have something wrong with it. So we sent flowers, and naturally, right? You send flowers.
Right.
You send flowers, right?
Yes.
Send flowers.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Had a little attitude, and I like that. And then they were sitting around. They were trying to make their decision. They were like, we're gonna get rid of it.
Oh.
Yeah. This is serious business. You're a doctor. You know what you're talking about. Woman. I don't know. Whatever. Wound rubber. We have people in this room who know what I'm talking about. And stop laughing. This is serious. What do you laugh? This is awful. This is going awful. I blame it on you. This room is reek of shit. Or heroin. I don't know. Something. So, they decided to take care of it. They decided to get an abortion. And, we supported them. It's got to be an awful decision. It's Kurt Warner style. It's like either I take care of this child that I have an option to either have it or don't have it, and it's right now, and I got to make my decision right now. And what do you do? You can't judge that, right? So they decided to take care of it, and she got that done, a few days ago, and we sent her flowers again, and we sent them edible arrangements. And being the gentleman that I am, I decided to pitch in. I was like, whatever the cost is, Venmo me, whatever. My girlfriend sent over flowers, edible arrangements. And so, my question really is, when should I expect a thank you? When should I expect a thank you? I'm serious. When do you think I should expect a thank you? No, I'm playing. That is a true story, and they're great people. And we did send them edible arrangements, but I was fucking with my girlfriend before I came here. I was like, when should they send a thank you card? Do you think they're gonna send one? So anyways, moving forward, trudging forward after that one. So I got some homeless material. We've had some homeless material being thrown around tonight. I got some homeless material. So I think, would you say you feel bad for homeless people?
Sometimes and mostly not.
Why?
Because, never mind, I was going to go into another
You're going to judge
No, I was
the
going to go
homeless.
into another joke. No, I think it's a dirty people plural.
Okay. Well, I don't feel bad for them, and I'm going to tell you why. I think they have it figured out. I think we're the miserable ones.
Yep.
Every morning I walk my dog. Every morning, me and my girlfriend, we walk our dog. That's what we do. That's how we start our day. And we walk by the same homeless crackhead every day. How do I know he smokes crack? Because I see him smoke crack every day. I'm not just calling him a crackhead. I'm not an asshole. He smokes crack. But we found out that he digs, like, consistently. There's like a median, and he's just sitting there just fucking digging. And our dog started digging with him. And this guy, he couldn't be happier. And when my dog digs with him, they couldn't be happier together. The other day, my dog found a Red Bull can, and he found a steel pipe. And they were ecstatic. And it was so great to watch them do that. And I really think that homeless people are happier than we are. The other day I was driving to work. I drive up Wilshire to get to work, and so I pass a lot of homeless encampments. And there's another homeless guy. He was right outside of his tent. He was sitting in a chair, and he was playing fetch with a golden retriever. I'm assuming it was his. Smile. ear to ear. I'm telling you, these people are happier than us.
You gotta drive to work. They don't. They don't gotta fucking commute.
Yeah, but I'm driving to a 9 to 5 so I can afford a $1,500 rent. They're just chilling in whatever neighborhood that they want. Which brings me to my next example. There's an RV. You know the RVs in the city? They look like they haven't moved in like 30 years. I was watching one move the other day. I saw him pulling in a nice neighborhood in Westwood. I know this motherfucker was going to just park and like sit there for the next 6 months, and he was gonna be ecstatic. So I guess all in all, I just think they have it figured out, and I think we're the suckers. They're and even like when they get kicked out of the nice area that they're living in, they just leave and they go to another nice area, and then the government comes and they just pick up all their shit after them. It's amazing. So I'm working that bit out. You know what I'm saying. I also noticed. You see homeless people all the time. They do weird shit, and it's hard not to notice how funny it is. I feel like they're always wearing masks. When's the last time? I haven't worn a mask in like 5 months.
Yeah.
Homeless people wear masks constantly. Does anybody notice that?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird. They're very courteous. But yeah, I have so many observations about homeless people. So yeah, I'm gonna work the homeless stuff out. I will work the homeless stuff out, but all right, I'm done. I'm done.
All right, let's give it up for you guys. Yeah, baby.
We all live in dangerous neighborhoods here in LA, don't we? Right?
It is.
It's something else. I just moved to WeHo. I know what you're talking about with the homeless. It is so dangerous to go out at night. You cannot go out at night. I went to the Rite Aid, and I was just walking over, and I live with my sister. I'm one of those crazy people that roomed with my sister, and my younger sister nonetheless. And I was like, there's no way she's allowed to go out at night. It's impossible, right? It's not because she's chained to her bed, but like it's, fuck you guys, it's funny. Moving on, to bring on a very funny comic. Back in town, was also in New York. So give a warm round of applause for Jessica Gutierrez.
Hey guys, how's it going? Good. I have fantasies about surviving acts of God and then getting praised for it, like for being inspirational. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys do this. This is my regular daydream. My favorite one is like being stuck under an avalanche, and I like work everything out. Like I'm gonna. I dig myself out. I get pulled out by the EMT. They put me in the back of an ambulance, and I'm covered in that emergency reflective blanket, and the news anchors are just standing all around me, and they're like, Jessica, how did you deal with the difficulty of facing your mortality and just reaching in through that fear? And I just look at them and I go, I don't need easy. I just need possible. It's a Bethany Hamilton quote, actually. You guys remember her? Bethany?
Yeah, skinny girl.
Bethany, she's a surfer girl. She got her arm ripped off by a shark. Yeah, that happened in 2003. People still love that story. Still love it. They think it's super cool. Getting mauled by a shark. I've been mauled by a dog. I'll show you. It happened when I was 6. I almost died. Considerably less cool than getting mauled by a shark. I'll tell you why. Because everyone loves dogs. And every time I tell this to people, they're always like, oh my God, what happened to the dog? And I go, he was put down. And they're like, oh, that's too bad. Well, it almost murdered a child, so... But you know what I say? Son of a bitch should have stuck to rape. Would have gotten off scot-free. This fucking guy knows, you know that.
Hey, ho!
No, I'm joking, I was a kid. That's the only time people care about women, kind of. Unless you're a white woman. Unless you are a white woman, look up Bethany Hamilton right now on Google. The first question that comes up is, did they find the shark that bit Bethany? Like, this bitch goes into the shark's territory, and all of the internet is like, was retribution found for our Aryan angel? You know? Nah, I'm just kidding. It wasn't her fault. Wasn't my fault either. You know whose fault it was? I'll tell you, it was my dad's fault. He was taking care of the dog, and this dog had a known tendency to tackle people who were in its way, right? And he gives me this advice. He's like, no, it's fine, just, you know, don't ever be in its way. That's what his advice was. And I remember waking up in the hospital, and he's just standing over me, and he's like, oh my God, Jessica! You didn't get out of the way. And, you know, the owner of the dog, she said the same thing. It sounds like she didn't get out of the way. It's all right. This story has a really good ending, so it's happy. So she died of cancer. Yeah. And I was like, well, shouldn't have been cancer's way. That's what I say. How much time do I have left?
7.
Oh, 7 minutes? Okay. Oh, that's right. I paid for 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then 2.
2. All right, great. Yeah. I did good math. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting paid for that. You're getting paid for that, I think. I don't know. All right. So, a little more about me. I'm 30, and most of my boyfriends have been questionably gay. Yeah, it's not a lie. So, the first guy I dated was a while ago, and he just, like, refused to have sex with me, right? But, you know, he said he wasn't ready. I wanted to wait for him. I really liked him, you know? And so I slowly tried to introduce sexual acts, you know? And I was like, so when I tried to go down on him, you know, like, he would just shut his eyes just really tight, you know? He would just look up, you know, just looking like a bad swimmer, you know? And then I was like, well, why don't you try to go down on me? And he was like, I wanna see a picture of it first. I was like, this isn't a fucking car on Craigslist, you know? You don't get a pic before you hop in, you know? Anyway, so I can't finish this.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So one night after like heavy drinking, like 6 IPAs, right? He's like, I'm finally ready to try to have sex, right? And like right when we're about to do it, he starts to lose his erection, and I'm like so fucking desperate at this point. I start stuffing his like half-limp dick inside me. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. It was like stuffing dough down a sink drain. And he's like, Jessica, I don't think this is gonna work. And I was like, no, we should try. You know, like at this point, his penis is in any way negotiable. You know. So we finally gets hard enough. We're having sex, right? And he does the unthinkable. He said he came. He lied to me. He said he came
Oh my God.
from 20 minutes of a wavering dick and 1 minute of rhythmless sex that made every person of color weep in the world. Weep.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you guys know, but like trying to fake an orgasm as a guy is pretty fucking stupid, you know, because as they say, proof is in the pudding.
Hey!
Right. Hey! All right. Thank you so much.
Give it up for Jessica! Oh!
Aren't you glad you finished that one, right? Oh my goodness. Talking about things you should not hear or see. I caught my grandparents having sex once. Yes, seriously. Came back from school. This is the truth. I went over there and I was like, "Mi mama, miss mama." You know? I'm a hungry husky kid, you know. I still got body dysmorphia, as the kids say these days, or just, you know, being hungry after school, because that's normal. And so I was like, "Mi mama, miss mama," and I hear, "Is it hard? Is it happening?" And oh my goodness, I don't know why they're Jewish stereotypes, but yeah, it is. It's good though to talk about sex, right?
Yeah.
You don't sound convinced. We're gonna keep the show moving. I know there was a lot of heat on this individual. Let's give it up for Jessica real quick. That's fun. That was a lot of fun. I didn't know you were doing fine, but that was great. Come back. This individual has a lot of heat on him. We don't know where he was. There were some accusations thrown out by the former president that are not being confirmed or denied, so we're holding a panel investigation, and well, you know what? We'll give him a moment at the podium to speak for himself. So give a warm round of applause for Leo.
Thanks, man. No problem.
Woo! Hey, how's it going, you guys? I want to apologize. I was taking a massive shit. I am sorry. Yes, I am an Asian dude apologizing to a room full of white men. This doesn't happen very often, you know. So, and I just want to say, Pete, that was a really good set. That was actually really funny. Stu, you too. You're a cool guy, even though you know you look like Leprechaun fucked Justin Timberlake, but it's still cool, you know.
Oh, that's kind of true.
But you know, like I mean that as a compliment. Or you molested Justin Timberlake, whichever you choose. One thing though, I learned, especially through these jokes in like everyday life. You know, as a mixed Asian, well, technically Asian and Spanish. I mean, are you Spanish? White?
Mexican.
Mexican. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm like cool, like a white dude, like cool. All right, awesome. We're on track now. All right, good. But like, like the cool thing about that, you can relate to this joke is what I'm trying to say is that when a black girl or a white dude, the only benefit about being Spanish or Asian, when they get outraged or talk about something racist, it's usually about the other side. So Asian Spanish people just be chilling.
Yeah.
Alright, like I'd be in school, right? And I got laid because of this. I was in high school. And I'll never forget her name. Her name was Tisha. Beautiful black girl. Awesome. You know, she was cool, down to earth. And then she was out there just raging about white dudes. She was like, fucking white dudes, fucking, it's bullshit, it's fucking taking everything. And all I had to do to agree with the conversation, I didn't even have to agree. I just had to be like, yeah, man, it's fucking bullshit. She's like, oh my God, man, and, you know. And the truth is, dude, white people, for as much as people gripe about them, they're some of the nicest people you could ever meet. Dude, I learned surfing from a white dude. You go, huh?
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Like, I have a friend in Orange County. You guys probably heard of this town, Huntington Beach. And dude, I learned from my friend, someone I met on the beach surfing. And as I was learning about surfing, though, one thing that did come up in my mind, I didn't say it to him out loud, is when after we're done surfing, we start talking about everyday life. Because I'm from LA. He's from Orange County. Two different worlds. Orange County is like our autistic, good-looking white boy cousin who wears Hollister all day. So he started talking about his problems because he's like from Orange County. I don't know, it's bullshit. His third-story house is now a two-story house. I don't fucking know. But he was like, yeah, man, it's bullshit because things are getting more expensive and shit. I can't do the white boy voice. Like, it's fucking bullshit. Or however they pronounce their O's. It's bullshit, man. And I'm like trying to get on his level. I'm like, what is it? Dude, man, he's like, I swear to God, last week the gas prices were like 50 cents cheaper. And I'm like, dude, you live in fucking Orange County. He's like, yeah, man, but things are just getting hard. And I just zoned out. And I don't know if anyone else from LA has this thought. Whenever someone rich, especially if they're good looking, has like a thought about their everyday life and a gripe, like they're really complaining, I think to myself, maybe they don't have to go through that pain because all they have to do is get something sharp and go up the road and down the highway.
Oh.
I know, I kind of got dark all of a sudden. I'm sorry, guys. I thought this was a stand open mic. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know we were in a school, but I didn't even say blood or anything. That's fucking bullshit. Asian people are supposed to be nice. I don't know, man. Like, it's funny because every day I walk outside, I always think to myself, I'm born in California, born in LA, surf a little bit, kind of like, Americanized. But every day, dude, you meet one white dude like, you're Asian! You're fucking Asian! And it reminds me so much that when I watch a movie, it becomes so apparent that, like, whoever directed, like, Karate Kid 2, that fucker was white. I'll explain. Because if you watch Karate Kid 2 closely, I didn't watch, they were talking about Bruce Lee earlier. I probably watch that when I get home. But I watched Karate Kid 2, And if you guys don't know this, it's about a white dude from California that goes to Japan. And what he does is amazing. It's not that he learns karate or anything like that. He goes to Japan and finds the only single Asian chick that all the other Asian dudes haven't fucked yet. I think that's fucking like near to God fucking impossible. And the whole thing about the movie got me was like, it talks about like all the racial issues and everything. But the thing I found so hilarious about it is like, dude, all the guys who are villains, they're Asian dudes are pretty much like castrated. They don't fucking have they're not even going for the girl or anything. And I'm like, dude, because when you get down the like brass tacks, like when it goes back to this guy talking about his anxiety. When I hear him talking about shit like that, I'm like, dude, correct me if I'm wrong, but today, do people even know what the fuck anxiety is? Like, do people really, like, if you watch the news about shit, people go like, oh my god, I have anxiety because school's starting again. And I'm like, dude, you know what anxiety is? Anxiety is when you broke, like, a kitchen appliance, and you're praying to God your mom or dad doesn't find out you broke it so they don't whip your ass with a belt. That's what anxiety is. Anxiety is when, like, your dad's pulling up in the fucking driveway and you're like, holy fucking shit!
Oh my god.
Because kids, like, dude, the kids, like, they talk about today anxiety or, like, they can't pay attention for, like, 10 seconds because they're too busy watching porn and looking on Facebook on their phone.
Right.
Right? And then, like, me, I actually was, like, don't judge me, but then... Well, it doesn't matter. Is that I was actually those kids like in the 90s where they actually had Ritalin and they gave it to you just to see fucking what happens. They didn't even have know what the fuck it was. They were like, hey, dude, the doctor, I don't fucking know. I mean, he's white too, probably. I don't same voice. He's a server guy. Hey, bro, I'm gonna give you some of this fucking medicine. You'll be right on. And dude, you take that shit and you're just like. And what makes it worse is when I'll get Ritalin and go to Disneyland and it was still legal for you to put a leash on a kid. So I was that kid in Disneyland that was getting yanked like a fucking slave. I was like trying to run away, but I was like, I couldn't. There's like no freedom whatsoever. Anyways, that's all my time, you guys. My name's Leo Kano. You guys have a good one.
Leo! Wow, that's awesome, man.
Bringing the energy and the truth about, yeah, dude, isn't that the truth, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Like, my dad, he came from Iran in 1976, 21 years old, didn't speak English. But man, he knew how to lay down the hammer, you know what I mean? He was an expert in that. I swear to God, like, he would be like, I got my black belt too, and he'd be like, Andre, I'm not gonna hurt you, relax. And by this point, I'm like an adult, but I was still like afraid of him, you know? And he'd be like, oh, come, and I'd be like, okay, cool. And then he'd grab my neck, he'd be like, okay. Where were you last night? Tell me. With the car, right? Give it up for my therapist, Harry Styles, real quick. That's some Gallagher shit, man. I love it. Trying new stuff. That's why we're here. We're going to keep it going. Thank you. We're not done yet. We got one more. Our headliner. He's a very fantastic performer. So without further ado, get a warm hand of applause for your headliner, Patty!
Oh, yeah. How about a little love for Andre Abrahani? Well, come on now. Well, let's keep that energy going, shall we? That was adorable, Pete. That was fucking adorable. Thank you for whatever that was. I mean, it's all great and good here. But sometimes I think some folks are here because it's just cheaper than therapy. But fantastic. Great to follow something like that. That you can relate. You're looking at me like you're envious of my spot here. Gee whiz, why didn't I get that spot that Patty got? Holy shit! Leo's back there reading he's taking a shit or reading something. We're all up here, though. We're up here. Every white person you imitate is a surfer, for some reason. All the white people are surfers. First of all, I'm going to say something. Garrett, first of all, God bless you for being here.
Oh,
I hope you'll come back. I hope you weren't traumatized.
Oh, no, I was trapped. I appreciate it.
But I want to encourage you to get your white folks straight. You know, there's a lot of different types of white folks. Like, for instance, me, I'm Irish. We're the second worst form of white people on earth. Terrible. First of all, don't step on my punch. Stuart. But if you want to know, Stuart, The Scottish, okay? They're the worst. They're like Irish people with anger issues. The stabbiest fucking people on earth. Highest rate of knife violence in the world, fucking Glasgow. And anywhere in the world, you're the violent, you're like Irish people, but you lack our charm. Okay? The Irish really, first of all, we've never had a fucking army. In history. We don't have an army now. So we didn't, all the stuff that the white folks are famous for, the colonization, the imperialization. By the way, the Japanese were pretty fucking good at it too. You can ask the Filipinos. There's some original Asian hate to be shared, believe me. Ask the Koreans about how they feel about the Japanese. You guys fucking don't get along either. But don't confuse the Irish with like the Germans or the English. Those are your colonizers. Those are we don't look. I was born in the poorest fucking country in Europe during a civil fucking war. Right? We never conquered anyone. We were too drunk to leave the island for 1,000 fucking years. I'm just telling you the truth. We don't even have an army now. We just got a Coast Guard a year ago. It's 7 drunks in a rowboat avoiding their wife for the weekend. So just don't mix up all the white. Don't put us all in one basket, is all I'm saying. We're not like the Russians. The Russians, you should be fucking scared of the Russians. The Irish, we're happy to have you. I was born in Ireland. I came here when I was a tiny, fat little boy, you know. It's a confusing fucking place. You know, in Ireland there were just Catholics and Protestants. That's all. That's it. Catholics and Protestants. I never heard of a person being a color until I got here. I never heard anybody called white. Ever. Of course, that's all we had there. You know, we would kill each other over religion, which that's the old standby, you know, when you don't have anything else, fuck each other up over Jesus. Or Allah, or whoever, you know what I mean? Whoever. We'll find a reason, you know, if we all got together, you know what I mean, and really got to know each other, put the effort in, we could really learn to despise each other for other reasons. That's my point. When I left Ireland, there was only one black Irishman in the entire fucking country. It was 1971. That was the entire, his name was Philip Lynott. He played the bass and sang in a group called Thin Lizzy. David remembers Thin Lizzy. Do you know, what we called him? Catholic. Yeah, I had to come here to where the land of the free, where all men are created equal, to find out this new whiteness. It entitled me to a whole bunch of shit. It's fucking true. White privilege is true. I know, because where I was born, it didn't exist. I can see it, and I know I've got it now. Oh, I fucking got it now, baby. You don't know what I did to earn it, but I got it. You know, I mean, it's safe to say Helen Keller had white privilege. She couldn't see it either. Fucking unaware of it. It's common. It's common. And also, I think Anne Frank proves that sometimes white privilege just isn't enough. I'd like to dedicate that joke to Whoopi Goldberg. Or we could call her by her real name, Karen. That's her real fucking name, by the way. She fucked up calling herself Goldberg. I'm sorry. She fucked that up. She said some shit. I mean, I forgive her. I'm a big Whoopi fan. But, I mean, let's talk about the real shit that's going on. What the fuck is up at Chuck E. Cheese? I'm a big fan of Chuck E. Cheese. First of all, be careful in the parking lot at Chuck E. Cheese. You're more likely to be the victim of a gun crime, of a gun violence in the parking lot at Chuck E. Cheese than if you served in Iraq or Iran.
What?
Iraq or Afghanistan. By the way, those numbers, if you Google right now, violence in Chuck E. Cheese parking lot, it'll blow your fucking mind. And I like to take mushrooms and go to Chuck E. Cheese. That's my hobby. And I've experienced some hate there. I was recently ejected from the ball pit. You know, the manager told me that I can't come back unless I bring a child with me. It's fucking ageism. Think about that. And look, there's some bad behavior with the giant. It's a rat. It's not a fucking mouse, okay? But who the fuck do you think you get to wear a giant rat outfit for minimum wage? There are no valedictorians taking that job. And everybody knows that racists are attracted to cosplay. They are. Okay. Yeah, fucking Civil War reenactors, they're constantly reenacting it, maybe thinking that there'll be a different outcome. I'm just telling you, they love fucking costumes. Don't get me wrong. I'm telling you the truth. I'm going to tell you, I was told, Patty! First of all, this comedian came up to me. She said, you know, you're good, Patty. You're funny, but you're too likable. So I said, go fuck yourself. How you like that? I do want to tell you something that may make you think less of me. I'm taking risks, Jessica. Trying to take a risk here. Here's what it is. First of all, I got this face, right? You know, like kind of the N-word for this face is racist. Because if somebody could get fucking mad at me, they just call me racist, right? It's like someone who pulls the fire alarm because they didn't study for the test in high school. So also that's making assumptions. We used to have a word for making assumptions based on someone's appearance. I forget what that was. Anyway, long story short, I want to share something with you that'll make you think less about it. Are you ready? Because sometimes when you have this face, someone will just let the N-word out willy-nilly out of nowhere. And I gotta tell them, listen, I'm not a big fan of that, okay? I don't fucking care for that, all right? There is one exception, one particular exception. That is if the speaker of the N-word is also an N-word and is referring to me as his N-word. That's fucking I'm still high. My neighbor, a Big D, last week called me his N-word. He's allowed, by the way. He's allowed to. I base that on the color of his skin, so that proves I'm not a racist. So listen, I'm still high. I'm still high out there, you know? You gotta be careful. And all of you, look, there's a certain thing, it's called N-word envy. I don't have it. I'm not interested in it. But, you know, like, I don't know if you noticed, but Beyonce and Lizzo took the word, it's called the SP word now, spastic. Took it out of their songs because now that's what's called an ableist slur. Right? Now, you've got the little people have the M word. Because here's the way it all fucking started. We used to say the F word in the 70s instead of, because fuck was considered obscene. And you wouldn't say it's the F word. But people would let the N word go willy-nilly then at the food court, at the gas station, anywhere in public. White people were just, they were standing on rooftops yelling at them. All right? Because it wasn't considered obscene. Well, guess what? We woke up. It's fucking obscene. Well, the white people had to be taught it was obscene. I'm not saying it was an epiphany they had all by themselves. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to give credit where credit isn't due or blame people where they didn't do anything. You know, that's fucked up. That's collective guilt. Think about it for a while. Put you in a police lineup. Is that the person that robbed you? No, but she looks like him. Lock him up anyway. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. He's giving me the finger. Peace on you, too. So here's the deal. Now everybody wants a word that belongs to them, right? The F word is being reclaimed by the gay community. The C word or the B word for women. By the way, the C word in Ireland is just a minor league. It's like a friendly thing. Like my grandmother used to say to me, "Oh no, Patty, don't be a fucking cunt. Sit down and have a cup of tea with your grandma." They do it. Just a minor league fucking word because it's just a word. You know, people are dying in Chuck E. Cheese parking lot, and we're fucked up over like gender fluid water fountains or some shit like that. The reality. Look, I'm going to give you a rally. It won't make you happy. In the last 7 months, we were in Afghanistan. 11 U.S. military. Were victims of gun violence. 3 of them died. That is a tragedy. In South Chicago, that's Thursday fucking afternoon.
Right.
All right? So, come on now. Come on! So, I don't know how I want to leave you. I don't know how I want to leave it. Pete, whatever it is, get back on your medication. I love you. I love you. I love you, Pete. Give Pete a round of applause. For a minute, I thought he was a cult leader of some sort. You know, he had a Koresh, a David Koresh quality, is all I'm saying. But God bless you. God bless Leo here. Leo, he's still writing something down, but God bless him. You guys have, you know, as an audience, been somewhat mediocre. But for the most part, I couldn't have done this without you guys here. You know what I mean? I think as Governor Chris Christie said on his honeymoon, you know, I don't think this would be physically possible without you here. Listen, you guys are, again, great. May the least you ever get be the most you ever wish for. And give me a big round of fucking applause.
Okay, you know, it's Patty. It was that was wonderful. Give it up for Patty, man. We put that through. And, I'm Russian, but I'm never really in a hurry, so it's not that big of a deal. We're not going to hurt you. Everyone got really quiet here. Calm down. I'm not a sleeper cell yet. So, anyway, thank you so much for coming to the LA School of Comedy. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for coming and working out. Thank you for choosing us. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Love to see you again. And follow us on Instagram. And, give yourself a hand of applause. This was fun. All right.